Hey, it's Tom Z with Traction Real Estate Mentors, and in this quick video, I want to tell you about why you should always use a title company or a settlement company to do your closings and to never take a deed at a kitchen table. It's important, so keep it rolling and stay tuned. Never take a deed at a kitchen table. I know some people teach that, but good for them. Don't do it. It's a colossally bad idea. You always want to go to a proper settlement with a proper settlement company, settlement attorney, escrow company, escrow agent, whatever you call it in your area. You got to remember the different regions of the United States and use different terms, but honestly, it's all the same thing. It's someone who settles your deal properly. So there's a difference between taking a deed at a kitchen table and letting a proper settlement agent do it the right way. Here's the difference. You can screw something up. You can screw up the title, you can screw up the chain of title, you can do something that wouldn't be quite right, you could do something that wouldn't be legal, you could do something that could get you into a lot of trouble in the future. What kind of trouble? Well, think about certain things that would be awkward. Like, how about being judged by a jury of your peers or having to try to explain to a judge what you were doing at the time, even though things seemed good to you and maybe you thought you were doing things the right way, but it turns out that you actually weren't. How do you explain that? So just avoid that situation by never actually taking a deed at the kitchen table. That's how a lot of bad laws have gotten passed. They've gotten passed simply from people who thought they were doing the right thing, but weren't. And then after the fact, it looks more like you were taking advantage of the person than helping that person. And how do you explain that, right? Someone says, oh, Your Honor, and ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this person, they showed up and they forced me to sit at my kitchen table and sign over my property, and now they're renting it back to me. I'm a tenant in my own property, and so afterwards that doesn't seem as good, even if at the beginning the reason why they did it was because they needed help and they were in trouble. But afterwards, no, they're out of trouble, or now they're thinking differently, and now they're thinking that, hey, they could take advantage of you. So avoid that situation by its entirety. Never take a deed at a kitchen table. There's another giant reason to do it as well. It's that there are a lot of little intricacies to the law at the federal level, at the state level, at the county level, your local level. There's little things that you probably don't know because you're not going to be that up on it. That's where a good settlement attorney or settlement agent, escrow officer comes into play, is they have to know all of those little laws. Every year they go to get continuing education credits. They have to maintain their license. They have a law degree. They have things, a professional reputation they have to maintain. That's not a reputation that they're going to destroy for little old you, right? They're not going to put their livelihood at risk, their family's livelihood at risk. They're not going to put everything at risk simply to close a real estate deal for you. So where it would have been easy to just take the deed at the kitchen table, no, you can't, because everyone's got to show up at a settlement office. Now, that scenario I was talking about earlier about having to convince a judge and jury that you were actually trying to help the person. Well, when they're sitting there saying, oh, they came to my house and they brought an entire posse with them and forced me to sign the deed, that would be a totally different story if instead they say, oh, Your Honor, well, they forced me to get in my car and out of my own free will go to a proper settlement company's office or escrow company's office and sign papers? No one would believe that. So you're protecting yourself in advance from any sort of accusations of trouble by simply doing things in the right places. Here's why I'm thinking of this. I'm in Colombia at the moment, a little town called Mompos, spelled like Mompox, but whatever, it's pronounced Mompos. The thing is, I noticed throughout Colombia there are always signs on various houses saying, this house is not for sale, or this lot is not for sale. Now, why would you put up a not for sale sign? It's a little foreign to a lot of us. Well, the reason is the land records are not awesome here, and there's a lot of fraud where people will show up at a lot and sell you the lot and make it like a big thing of it and pass you a fake deed, and you don't actually own anything at that point. You've just been defrauded. Which is a good reason to appreciate the fact that we have a really solid land record system, right? The way we record land, our land recordation system, is one of the things that keeps America very stable. It also allows you to borrow against your land, because when you have that stability, the banks are happy to lend money against real estate, and that allows the middle class to develop and flourish. So it's a nice kind of technical reason behind that. That is my tip for today. Never take a deed at a kitchen table. Always go through the quote-unquote hassle of having a proper settlement agent or escrow company close your deal for you. It's worth it in the end. That one time that you would need it is be worth every other time that you do it the right way. And we always want to do things the right way, the correct way at the beginning, because then we have nothing to worry about and we can sleep easy at night. And that is sleeping easy at night is what you ought to be out for as an investor. It's great to make good money, but you don't want to make it and then have anyone question you on it. So just do things right, do things correct from the beginning.